Greetings and welcome back to Weird Wizard's Winter Wonderland! So I've been rather busy here in the Winter Wonderland, set as it is in the custom terrain Frozen River by Regnilse, which is available through the Steam Workshop. I've also been adding all sorts of other creations of demigods in order to flesh out and increase the number of options and things that I have available to me here. So you will find there are many new things that I have been able to play with and implement. If you want to find any of those for yourself, they are available through the extra dimensional location known as the Steam Workshop, and I will provide full links in some kind of descriptive area possibly found below. Of course, I myself, the wizard, have a wonderful place to live here inside Regnilse, the mighty frost giant / wizard's home, and it's lovely. It's very nice indeed. Of course, I have no minions here with me at the moment, and I thought, well, it's a little bit lonely here, especially in this festive season, without any minions around me, so maybe I should bring the minions along, and, as much as I jested about taking them up to my bedchamber for entertainment purposes, I certainly wouldn't want them to be staying there with me. So I thought I'd better build them a home. So I've made a start on that. A snowy winter cottage for, well, at least one minion to stay in. So let's go and take a look. Now, obviously, I didn't want to spoil the magnificent view of Regnilse here for anybody down in the valley there. So I've tucked it away behind, just around the corner here. And there she is! It's a simple looking building, but I wanted to keep it simple to begin with because of course I was experimenting with making it all snowy, and as you can see, it's got a snowy roof. I mean, it actually has a proper roof underneath there, but naturally, because it snows heavily here on a regular basis, it's got covered in snow. Let's take a little closer look, shall we? So it's got this little kind of fenced-in area so that the minions feel like they've got a little bit of land of their own. I've got a Christmas tree here as well, because I thought it needed some kind of decoration in the yard. I haven't really focused very much in the yard. Up here is the front door. Unfortunately, it's completely inaccessible this way. There is a door there. The door is provided by one of the many demigods who've been popping up around the medieval engineers world in which we live, providing all manner of new and interesting things that the gods themselves may want to copy one of these days. But for now, it's not a very functional door. Basically, it's more like a wall because it doesn't move. I mean, you can't do anything with it. It just stays there. Unless, of course, you get a little bit creative, and this took me quite a long time, and actually I had to do it twice. But that's another story. So let's head around to the other way in. It's just around here. So as we come around the side of the snowy cottage, there's a little sort of outside wood storage here with a little kind of lean-to just to keep like the worst of the snow and stuff off of it, so that the minions always have access to a ready supply of wood and fuel and stuff to keep the cottage warm, because of course that is quite important. Little wood chopping area, just in case they want to, chop some of the wood up themselves. Now as we come around here, you'll see there is a mechanism. There is a little mechanism here as part of the lean-to, and we have another door with, well, I will admit, it's not the prettiest surround that a door has ever seen. It's not the prettiest door frame, but most importantly of all, it is functional, more or less. I mean, actually, it is pretty functional now. I've been tweaking with this in order to get it to actually work properly, and now it does pretty well work the way that I want to. It's a bit of a faff, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Let's get this door open, shall we? First, you have to attach a little rope from the door to this thing here, because unfortunately there's no way of actually grasping the door. The magical grabbing tool doesn't seem to want to work on any large structures like doors or anything attached to it like that. I did try just having a little rope to kind of a bit of wood on the ground that I could pick up and use to manipulate the door, but apparently that doesn't work either. So I've had to go back to the old favourite of attaching a rope to a rope drum here, and then we just have to operate the rope drum. Wow, did you see that? Look, I didn't even have to actually operate it properly. That's the first time that's happened. Maybe a bit like the TARDIS, the cottage is beginning to become self-aware and is just opening because it realizes that I want to come in. Maybe? Probably not. Anyway, let's head in now the door's open. We should detach this as well. And here we are inside. Inside the cozy little snowy cottage. And there's quite a lot of detail and stuff in here, but let's get the door closed to shut off at least some of the draft. I mean, that window over there can't be closed either. But at least if we have the door closed, it'll feel like all of the time and effort that I put into the mechanism was worthwhile. Yeah? No? Maybe? Perhaps? Let's do that. So I just need to attach a rope to the rope drum, and then another one to here, to the outside. There we go. I just want to point out as well, this little bit here is to stop the door from opening too fast so that the inner rope drum can actually pull it closed. It's just tuck underneath the rope there. There we go. That should do it. Just one quick turn is all it really takes. Just detach the rope. And there you go. You see the door is shut absolutely perfectly with not a single drafty gap or anything to worry about. Look, it's the best I could do, alright? The minions aren't even going to notice. In fact, let's face it, the minions aren't even going to be able to get in here. So, it'll do. It will do. Nice little shelf here, by the way. Nothing on it at the moment. What can you do? So let's take a look around here properly. Now, it's a little bit cramped. It's kind of cozy, so it's probably best if we do this from a wizard's eye view. Here we go. Welcome aboard. Now, a few little chests here just to store things in. There is an upstairs, but you're not allowed to go up there. In here, well, we've got a little divider here just to kind of divide this sort of utility area here with a couple of stones for, I don't know, decoration purposes. Obviously the door closing mechanism, which is very important. Some barrels for storage. There's the main entrance, of course, completely inaccessible and unable to be operated by anyone whatsoever. And in here we've got a little internal wood storage just next to the beautiful fireplace, which is another demigod creation available through some kind of transcendental location called the Steam Workshop. We've got a few bandages and other sort of like critical supplies on the shelves here. Nice big chest for storing whatever needs to be stored. Of course, there is, you know, a bowl there, or a giant spoon, whatever you want to call it. Here we've got the main table in the center of the room. I mean, it's small, it's compact. So that's pretty much it. There's not much more to it. It's a simple house. I wanted to test the snow on the roof using the Voxels, which of course was a little bit tricky, but actually was a lot easier than I thought it would. Accessing the second story, yeah, it's not completely full of snow, but there's a lot of snow coming through the roof. So it's not really appropriate up there for habitation. I'll have to have a think about if there's any way that I can resolve that. Possibly in a significantly larger house, we could sort of get away with it a bit more because the roof would be that much further away from the living spaces and I don't know. I'll have to have a think about it. I might make another building here, another sort of snowy cottage or another snowy building of some sort. If you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to see me build in the Winter Wonderland, by all means let me know, and I'll see what I can do. But that's pretty much it. It's a short one, a simple one. I mean, I say short. I've actually spent ages on this, partly because I got a little bit kind of obsessive decorating the interior and making it all nice like this. We've got a few like wood beams on the ceilings and stuff just to make it feel really homely and like a quaint little cozy cottage. And of course then making the door and making it work. Which was a lot more complicated than I had thought it would be when I started the endeavor. And then, to make matters worse, the entire universe was destroyed by some kind of catastrophic magic, and my recovery came back way back in time, and I had to redo it all again, which was great. But there you go. Let me know what you think. I kind of like this little cozy cottage. I certainly would like to live here if I wasn't living in the mighty Regnilse, who, by the way, I'm pretty sure we can hollow out some more. So I might do that next time, or indeed, I might go on and do something else. I've got a few ideas for things that I would like to do here in the Winter Wonderland. But until then, shall I head outside to do this? Let's head outside to do this. Well, there we go. That has been the snowy cottage. It's, like I say, a simple build, but a lot of detail, packed with a lot of little details and touches, which I'm kind of proud of, I have to say. I really like this place. I like the way the snow has worked out on the roof. I'm sure I will do more of that going forward as the Winter Wonderland develops. But until then, thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later.